and by trustees.
Trustee Hamilton?
Here. And regular meeting of the College of DuPage. Okay, great. The April 17th, 2014 organizational and regular meeting of the College of DuPage Board of Trustees is called to order. Will the secretary please call the roll?
Student Trustee Torres?
Here.
Trustee Hamilton?
Here.
Trustee McGuire?
Here.
Trustee O'Donnell here. Trustee Savage?
Here.
Trustee Svoboda?
Here.
Trustee Wozniak?
Here.
Chairman Burt?
Here. I will entertain a motion that the Board of Trustees approve tonight's meeting agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Secretary O'Donnell and seconded by Trustee Savage. Secretary O'Donnell, can you please call for a voice vote?
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign.
It passes. At this time, we are going to recognize our outgoing student trustee, Stephanie Torres. And at this time, Stephanie, if you don't mind, Marianne, would she come stand next to me, or would you like me to go to the front? You can come front. Stephanie, I'll meet you at the microphone. Okay, thank you. So Stephanie, the board wanted to present to you and show you that 2 books will be dedicated to our library in your honor for your service as student trustee. The first is Boys Life, and you'll see inside, very nice, it actually has your name there for student trustee Stephanie Torres, and the second book for the Fatal Menace of
Marissa.
Marissa Superman. And again, it has this. We do ask that you leave these behind today because they're going straight to the library. And also, in recognition of your service, the college and the board wanted to present to you this gift. Thank you so much. You're welcome. You can open it.
Yeah.
And at this point in time, I think Marianne has it. Excuse me. We have a resolution that we will be giving to you, and I want to read that to you at this time. Whereas the College of DuPage Board of Trustees recognizes the outstanding and distinctive service of Naperville resident Stephanie Torres during her term as student trustee from September 2013 through April 17, 2013, and whereas student trustee Torres demonstrated a positive spirit, a dynamic smile, an outgoing personality during her dedicated representation of nearly 28,000 students of all ages, races, and backgrounds, and whereas student trustee Torres' commitment to service was further demonstrated by her recent decision to run for election and successfully earn the right to serve as next year's president of the College's Student Leadership Council. And whereas student trustee Torres has set the leadership standard for future student trustees through her involvement in the Latino Ethnic Awareness Association, Phi Theta Kappa, and Model United Nations organizations, as well as her commitment to representing the college at events such as the recent library ribbon cutting and the ACCT National Legislative Summit and the ICCV's Advocacy Day in Springfield. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Board of Trustees, Community College District 502, does hereby offer its thanks and appreciation to student trustee Stephanie Torres and wishes her success in her future academic and career endeavors as she pursues a career in forensic nursing. So Stephanie, thank you so very much on behalf of the board for all of your dedication and service. You are a wonderful trustee. You always, yes, thank you. I'd like to give the resolution that I just read to you. Thank you once again for your service. Thank you. And you can still take your seat. Thank you. And at this time, we will be installing our new student trustee. Omar, if you could please come forward at this time.
Do we need to approve the resolution?
Of appreciation.
Thank you. I apologize, Omar. The resolution that I just read, I will now entertain a motion that the Board of Trustees approves the resolution of appreciation for outgoing student trustee Stephanie Torres.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. That was moved by trustee Svoboda and seconded by Secretary O'Donnell. Could you please call the roll, Secretary O'Donnell?
Student trustee Torres?
Yes.
Trustee McGuire?
Yes.
Trustee O'Donnell, yes. Trustee Savage?
Yes.
Trustee Svoboda?
Of course.
Trustee Wozniak?
Yes.
Trustee Hamilton?
Yes.
Chairman Burt?
Yes. So Oscar, at this time, if you'd like to come forward, right? You will learn on this board, we go with the flow sometimes, so I appreciate that. All right. And at this time, Secretary O'Donnell will administer the oath of office.
I state your name,
I, Omar,
have been duly elected as a student member of the Board of Trustees of College of DuPage, Community College District 502, do solemnly swear that I will, to the best of my ability, faithfully discharge the duties of the office in accordance with the Illinois Public Community College Act and the mission and philosophy of the College of DuPage.
have been duly elected as a student member of the Board of Trustees of College of DuPage, Community College District 502, do solemnly swear that I will, to the best of my ability, faithfully discharge the duties of the office in accordance with the Illinois Public Community College Act and the mission and philosophy of College of DuPage.
At this time, we'll exchange.
Would Stephanie want to say something too? Chairman Burt? Yes. Chairman Burt, maybe.
Omar, really quickly. Thank you, Omar.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Just very quickly, I feel so,
Instead of bending down, it might be.
thank you so much for the opportunity. I learned so much about College of DuPage and what it means to be a student here since, I used to come and go, but now it really gives a different meaning. So I feel so fortunate that there are opportunities like these to be involved even further apart from being a student. So I'm so happy for Omar. I know that he's going to do a fantastic job, so. And I'm not going anywhere. I'll be right there, so.
Yes.
And again, Omar, welcome aboard, now that
Yeah.
you're seated at the table. At this point in time, I'll ask Secretary O'Donnell to now please call the roll.
Student trustee Escamilla?
Here.
Trustee O'Donnell here. Trustee Savage?
Here.
Trustee Svoboda?
Here.
Trustee Wozniak?
Here.
Trustee Hamilton?
Yes.
Trustee McGuire?
Here.
Chairman Burt?
Here. At this point in time for the reorganization section of this meeting, I will hand the meeting over to Dr. Bruder.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Much more comfortable in my role as president than I am as chair. I will serve as chairman pro tem until the election of the new board chairman. This is, in fact, the annual reorganization of the board. The floor is open for the nomination and election of board chairman.
I'd like to make a motion as a slate. Chairman Burt as chairman, Kathleen Hamilton as vice chair, Joe Wozniak as second vice chair, and myself as secretary.
I'd like to second that motion.
Are there any other nominations?
As second vice chair or as co-vice chair?
Oh, sorry, co-vice chair. Sorry.
Are there any other nominations? Hearing none, call for the vote. That the Board of Trustees nominates Chairman Burt for re-election, Vice Chairman Kathy Hamilton, Vice Chairman Joe Wozniak, and Secretary Allison O'Donnell. Have a
Student-
motion, please?
Didn't I make the motion?
It was made and seconded.
Yeah.
At this time, if you would like, we could have the current secretary go ahead and read the roll for the vote.
Thank you for the advising council. I told you this was not my comfort zone.
Student trustee Escamilla,
Yes.
trustee Savage,
Abstain?
trustee Svoboda,
Abstain?
trustee Wozniak,
Yes.
trustee Burt,
Yes.
trustee Hamilton,
Yes.
trustee McGuire,
Abstain.
trustee O'Donnell, yes.
Okay, the motion passes, and the slate passes.
Am I back in my role as president?
You are back in your role as president, and we'll move on to the next motion, which at this time, I will entertain a motion to appoint Thomas Glazer, Senior Vice President of Administration, as the treasurer. Second? Or,
So moved.
we have to move it first? Sorry. That's okay.
Hang on a second.
Yes, so moved. Okay, it was moved by Vice Chair Hamilton,
Second.
seconded by Trustee Savage. Secretary O'Donnell, can you please call the roll?
Student trustee Escamilla,
Yes.
trustee Hamilton,
Yes.
trustee McGuire,
Yes.
trustee O'Donnell, yes. Trustee Savage,
Yes.
trustee Svoboda,
Yes.
trustee Wozniak,
Yes.
trustee Burt,
Yes. The motion passes. At this time, I will entertain a motion to approve the regular board meetings, dates, and locations for fiscal year 2015.
so moved.
It's moved by Secretary O'Donnell. Second. And seconded by Vice Chair Hamilton.
We have those?
Do we have those? They were released for approval. We received them
packet.
in the book or as an attachment to
And
one of the
they're-
emails that we received.
Updated.
I haven't seen them.
Yeah, 'cause
We could put them on the,
I don't know what page it was, but I tore it out of the book so I could put it in my calendar. So it was in the book.
in the book?
Yeah.
Here, if you
They're
pass them
back?
down, I'll read
Oh,
them out.
they are here? Oh,
Do you
there they are.
want me to read them out, just to make sure we're all on the same page?
That's right.
No, where are they?
5F?
5F.
Yeah, it looks like item 5F.
Signatures for banks.
While you're looking, I'll go ahead and at least read the dates for the record. That would be July 17th, 2014. I'll go through third Thursday, July 17th, 2014, the third Thursday of August 21st, 2014, the fourth Thursday, September 25th, 2014. There they are up there, you guys, if you'd like to see it. The third Thursday of October 16th, 2014, the third Thursday, November 20th, 2014, the third Thursday of December 18th, 2014, the fourth Thursday of January 22nd, 2015, the third Thursday, February 19th, 2015, the third Thursday, March 19th, 2015, the third Thursday of April 16th, 2015, the third Thursday of May 21st, 2015, and the fourth Thursday, June 25th, 2015. So at this time, again, I'll entertain a motion to approve the regular board meetings, dates, and locations for fiscal year 2015. Is there any discussion about those dates? Okay, that was moved by Vice Chair
I
Hamilton.
thought we already had a move and a second on that.
I thought we did too.
Okay,
Yeah.
I apologize. I thought it stopped because they didn't hear they didn't know where the dates were or saw the dates.
That was the discussion.
Yeah.
That was the discussion. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, Secretary O'Donnell, can you please call the roll?
Student trustee Escamilla,
Yes.
trustee McGuire,
Yes.
trustee O'Donnell, yes. Trustee Savage,
Yes.
trustee Svoboda,
Yes.
trustee Wozniak,
Yes.
trustee Burt,
Yes.
trustee Hamilton.
Yes.
The motion passes. Typically, at this time, we would then have a motion to approve a change of authorized bank signatures. Since the officers are remaining the same, there may be a need that we need to vote on reaffirming the signatures to continue that in the event the officers need to re-execute any forms. So at this point in time, I would entertain a motion to approve the, reaffirmation of the authorized bank signatures.
So moved.
So moved by Secretary O'Donnell. Do I have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Vice Chair Hamilton. Secretary O'Donnell, could you please call the roll?
Student trustee Escamilla? Yes. Trustee O'Donnell, yes. Trustee Savage?
Yes.
Trustee Svoda?
Yes.
Trustee Wozniak?
Yes.
Chairman Burt?
Yes.
Trustee Hamilton? Trustee McGuire?
Yes.
Okay, the motion passes. Okay, at this point in time, I'll turn the meeting over to Dr. Bruder for our presentations.
First up, Jean Cartier.
Good evening, Chairwoman Burke, members of the Board of Trustees, President Bruder, colleagues, students, and guests. It's really my honor this evening to present the individuals selected as the outstanding full-time faculty members for the 2013-2014 academic year. These individuals we're honoring tonight were selected by faculty in their subdivisions for their dedication to teaching and learning, their contributions to our college community, and the excellence in the classroom and other educational settings. As we recognize the individuals this evening, we greatly appreciate the support of the College of DuPage Foundation, which has generously supplied a stipend in recognition of their achievements. And we're pleased to have Foundation Board Member Carla Burkhart with us this evening to welcome and recognize our honorees and provide the stipend. Would you like to come up and maybe Chairwoman Burt, if you and Dr. Bruder would like to recognize people as I call your names? We're going to have you stand up and be recognized, okay? Let me start by recognizing our outstanding advisors. First, did we get Ms. Bird up there? Do you want us to go up there? Sure. And I'll be the background, you guys can recognize them. The outstanding advisors, Susan Brody, our student success counselor in counseling and advising. I'm sorry. Yeah. Congratulations. Our second outstanding advisor is Joanne Wagner, who is a faculty member in computer and networking. Oh, you are here. I was going to say, she's not here because she's teaching, but she did make it in. Great. Or move down. The Divisional Outstanding Faculty, Full-Time Faculty in Business and Technology will recognize Mark Pearson, who is an Associate Professor of Architecture. Congratulations. And also, Herschel Smith, also known as Sonny, who is a professor in business, marketing, and management. From our Health and Sciences Division, Professor of Mathematics, Eric Howenstein. Sharon Roche, Professor in our Physical Therapy Assistant Program. And Dr. Derek Willis, Associate Professor of Anthropology. In liberal arts, I'm going to call their names because I'm not sure if they're here or not now. First is Amelia Barrett, who teaches theater in our Fine Arts and Applied Arts division, the subdivision. I believe she is teaching. Also teaching is Tom Montgomery Fate, professor of English. So representing the subdivision, we have Stephen Schroeder, professor of speech. And our final subdivision honoree is Professor Denise Coate, as a reference librarian. Do you want to go back up, Joanne, and we'll take a picture with all of you? Can you get them all in? I think you're going to have to be kinder to each other, closer. Those are people who are not here tonight. Oh, those are the all college. I thought we might do these first. Hold on. Don't forget 'em. Now, we do have two other people we need to recognize. These are the outstanding college-wide faculty, individuals, one from the full-time faculty and one from the part-time, who are selected through a different process than our divisional awardees. First, a call for nominations is sent out to the college community, faculty, staff, and students, asking them to nominate faculty members who truly excel in teaching, leadership, community service, and volunteer endeavors. A college-wide committee is formed on which trustee Joseph Wozniak served this year, and I know he will confirm that we had many, many, many great faculty nominated, and that it's truly humbling to read through the nominations and the faculty submissions. However, ultimately, we can only choose one faculty member who is full-time and one part-time to be recognized. So we'd like this evening to recognize, first, Carol Carlson Noffingsinger from our Business and Technology Division. Carol is a lecturer, a part-time faculty in paralegal studies and real estate, and just does a marvelous job for us. And our full-time college-wide faculty member is Professor Lubna Haig. Associate Professor, I'm sorry. Ms. Haig's nominations from her students were really wonderful, mentioning her high expectations, her clear rules in the classroom, her interest in students as individuals, and her ability to make chemistry accessible for every student. Congratulations. I'd everyone to step outside to get another big picture. All of the nominees. All the nominees. Congratulations.
Please, absolutely.
Coming right back up.
Oh, we're getting right back up, he said.
President Bruder, Chairwoman Burt, members of the board, this year over 3,700 community college students applied for the Jack Kent Cook Foundation Undergraduate Transfer Scholarship. This is a highly selective scholarship for the nation's top community college students seeking to complete their bachelor's degree at a four-year college or university. Each scholarship recipient receives up to $30,000 per year Scholars can use this money for tuition, living expenses, books, fees, and they can pursue any area of interest. Of the 3,700 applicants, the Jack Kent Cooke Foundation selected 85 individuals from around the country. For the fourth year out of the past 5, a College of DuPage student has been selected. By way, a quick editorial from the podium. Of the prior 7 College of DuPage Jack Kent Cooke Foundation scholars, 3 have gone on to earn a scholarship to pursue their advanced degree. When Christian O'Kelly was a high school student, the College of DuPage recognized his academic potential with a presidential scholarship. Christian's ACT composite was 31, and he went through high school with all A's. I must also acknowledge Professor Lee Kesselman, Professor of Music, and Dr. Stephen Havens, who recommended Christian for this magnificent award. We have a tradition here when one of our students earns the Jack Kent Cooke Undergraduate Transfer Scholarship. I want to show you a brief video the moment Christian learned of this award.
We have a special visitor. If you haven't seen his picture on the front of the publicity of the college and so forth, you should know this is Dr. Robert Gruder, the president of the college.
How are you all?
This is Music Theory 4. These are our graduating seniors, as it were.
It's nice to be with you. Whenever I would sing in church, my wife told me to be quiet and just hum. So I'm assuming that you're infinitely better than I am. But I came this morning for a particular purpose, and that is to recognize one of you. We've just been informed that one among you has received an extraordinary scholarship through the Jack Kent Foundation, Cooke Kent Foundation, for significant money for 2 years of upward mobility to get their baccalaureate due. So where's Kristen? Is that you? Okay. We're talking about a lot of money over the next 2 years, and you owe me half of it. Okay. Well, all kidding aside, but Marianne, where are you? What is it worth?
It's $30,000 a year for the next 2, possibly 3 years. You can go to any institution, and it will also, it's tuition, it can go for books and other fees. So.
Oh my goodness, I am speechless.
And here's a fellow that you really owe gratitude to, because he recommended and nominated you, and now you distinguish us again in the last 5 years. You're now the 4th one. Fourth one, Marianne?
4th one in 5 years.
Fourth one in 5 years. So I don't know that very many colleges have had this kind of success. So look at the tribute here, and he sits among you. So congratulations. It's an extraordinary achievement. It really is.
President Bruder, members of the board, I present the 2014 College of DuPage Jack Kent Cooke Undergraduate Transfer Scholarship, Christian O'Kelly. Dr. Bruder, if I could ask you and Chairwoman Burt. Christian, I don't have a check for $30,000, but I have a $1.98 DVD of the presentation that.
I'll take it.
Next on our agenda is the student trustees report. Student trustee Escamilla, do you have a report at this time?
Not at this time, but I just want to say I'm really honored to be sitting here, and I look forward to working with all you guys through the year.
Likewise. Thank you.
Yeah.
Is there a president's report?
There is. I'm going to ask Joe Collins to step up and to share with you an opportunity that we've been able to secure in the last 30 days. I think you're going to find it to be very pleasing, and it's clearly in the best interest of the college as well as the citizens of DuPage County. So, Joe, while you do that, I'm going to hand out a press release which was given to the media just a few moments ago.
Thank you, Dr. Bruder, Chairwoman Byrd, trustees. Good evening. I'm really happy to be able to announce a tentative agreement that College of DuPage has reached with the Forest Preserve District of DuPage County. As you know, we've had a community farm on our campus for the last 12 years, and I believe we have entered into an agreement here with Forest Preserve that is going to allow us to continue our community farm. I'd like to read to you the press release from the COD News Bureau. Today, College of DuPage announced a tentative agreement with the Forest Preserve District of DuPage County to relocate the college's community farm to a 1-acre plot of existing farmland at Donata Forest Preserve at the corner of Butterfield and Naperville Roads in Wheaton. The proposed space is 2 miles from our campus and is part of the Forest Preserve District's Donata Model Farm, which is dedicated to 1950s agricultural practices. COD and the Forest Preserve will next draft an intergovernmental agreement, which both boards will need to approve. Officials from the two agencies see the agreement as the beginning of a mutually beneficial partnership. The Forest Preserve District President-elect Joe Cantori had the following quote: "Part of the district's mission is to present the county's agricultural roots as well as modern environmental practices. So bringing this organic education farm to the Donata Model Farm is a good fit. It is not only a benefit for COD students, but for the community as well." Cantori approached COD after the college announced it would not continue the farm because of future development on our campus. President Robert Bruder had the following quote: "We are extremely pleased and grateful for this overture on the part of the Forest Preserve District, and as we learn more about each other over the next 4 to 5 months, we hope to discover additional opportunities to partner our resources. This is symbiosis at its best, two major public entities working together to the benefit of the communities we both serve." The Forest Preserve is an impressive organization. They own approximately 11% of the land in DuPage County. They manage 25,000 acres of prairies, woodlands, and wetlands. Each year, it's 60 forest preserves, 145 miles of natural trails. It's 5 educational centers, all service approximately 4 million visitors. College of DuPage, with its more than 28,000 students, as you know, is the second largest provider of education in the state of Illinois. So it's a wonderful partnership that these two titans of DuPage County will join forces for the betterment of our students and our tax-paying citizens. So I'm very, very happy to make this announcement this evening. So thank you very much.
This is a wonderful resource for our students and for our community, so thank you to everyone that has and will work on this. Are there any other comments from any trustees at this time concerning this?
It sounds like a wonderful opportunity, and I hope that we will have an agreement that will sustain the farm for a long time.
And I hope that the people who are the advocates for the farm were involved in this whole process too. Were they?
No, there's really been no process, no involvement, other
Okay.
than the overture extended by the Forest Preserve, and then Joe and I went out on multiple occasions to look at the opportunity that they had available, and it is beyond definition. It's just right there at the corner of Naperville and, I never want to remember the road, what is it?
Naperville Butterfield.
Butterfield Road, on an acre that's right up against the road, has hard service, has storage, has water, has everything that a farm would want, and a landlord of sorts, not really a landlord, that really wants the relationship. So this is going to be a great opportunity. If people truly want to engage in community farming, it couldn't be any better than this.
So it will still be part of the college? It's still considered the college's community farm?
It's the colleges.
Yeah, okay. And having an acre, that's a nice amount of space.
Well, actually, there can be acres on top of acres on top of acres, but even an acre far exceeds anything we had on this campus. So the question will be, going forward, to what extent will we avail ourselves of all the opportunity that is being made available to us?
Okay,
It's unlimited.
interesting, good. Yeah, it's a good resolution. Thank you.
Next on our agenda is comments from College of DuPage employees, students, and citizens. We will start with the College of DuPage employees. First up is Glenn Hansen.
Thank you. Good evening, trustees. I am Glenn Hansen, professor of photography, president of the College of DuPage Faculty Association and Faculty Senate. I am one of 300, and we 300 are one. As I speak, you are hearing the voices of the 300 full-time faculty members who change the lives of thousands. We believe in our students. We believe in what we do. We believe in the open exchange of ideas. We believe in integrity and honesty. We believe in each other. We believe in the College of DuPage. We know that meeting student needs can only happen when all groups respect each other. We know we cannot reach our goals without each group acknowledging and valuing each other. Our hope is that someday there will be an understanding that teamwork solves problems. We are not a team competition where someone, other than the students, needs to win every time. Earlier, you recognized the outstanding faculty members who have demonstrated the best of our capabilities during the past year. To them, on behalf of our colleagues, congratulations. We are proud that you are each one of the 300. We want to wish best wishes to our colleagues who are leaving the 300 earlier than expected due to Springfield's attempt to fix the pension of public employees. Thank you for your part in making the College of DuPage. We are going to miss you. Now that is officially on your agenda, thank you, trustees, for approving the retirement date change. To Mia Guarto, who I have thanked several times since we suggested the retirement date problem was fixable, thank you again. I know that you've also been thanked by the retirees and other College of DuPage Faculty Association representatives. I would like it reflected in the minutes that you have helped all employees at a time of need. I know it wasn't easy. That is understood. To the new faculty who are being hired tonight, welcome. I think you'll like working with us. There is no better group of people that I could imagine working with. Tonight, you are being presented with a resolution that will change the college, its missions, and higher education in Illinois. I have said to the press, the Faculty Association has no further comment at this time and will take no position until we have data and have had a thorough discussion. All I can say is we have not been part of the conversation about the future. Therefore, we will start our own conversation. Faculty Senate has formed a task force to gather input that will drive the Senate's decision. We will listen to our many committees through our well-defined decision-making structure. Good decisions are based on reason and data. Any data that you have, like to share, would always be appreciated. Who knows? We could agree. In closing, on April 29th, the faculty vote on the tentative agreement contract extension. The decision is in the hands of 300. Their decision will be based on their assessment of the merits without listening to static. If approved, you will be able to sign it on May 22nd. We can then move on to other important discussions about the College of DuPage. Thank you.
Richard Jarman.
Good evening. I would first like to echo the words of Glenn Hansen in congratulating the outstanding faculty that were recognized earlier this evening. Not that I'm biased, but I take particular pleasure in noting that chemistry has scored in successive years, this time with the college-wide outstanding faculty Lubna Hark. Back in 2003, when I was a newly minted faculty member, I knew Lubna in those days when she was an adjunct, and I worked closely with her, and I was very happy when she too joined the full-time faculty a few years later. I can attest to the fact that she is fully deserving of this award, as are all the other winners. So, while this winter's polar vortices are still burnt deeply into the retinas of our collective memory, climate change may seem a far-flung or irrelevant concern, and yet, even as it snows in April, evidence points to an increasing need to take action. In this context, the practice and education of sustainability become even more important. I quote from the Loyola University brochure that subscribes Sustain Loyola. In it, it says, sustainability isn't a buzzword or a fad. It's a new way of solving problems, from the courses we offer to the buildings we construct. At the last board meeting, we heard several eloquent, impassioned, and thoughtful comments made in support of the community education farm. 3 faculty members from 3 different disciplines spoke, illustrating the multidisciplinary nature of this project. The response from the college, as noted in the Tribune at that time, was that there was no room on the campus and that there was concern about it not fitting into an academic program. Therefore, and here my notes change a little, because in light of this recent announcement, so I am happy, I think, to learn of this new tentative agreement with the Forest Preserve to preserve and maintain that community education farm. Okay, I think it's going to take some time to work it out, and maybe a growing season will be lost in the interim, but I would encourage that to go forward, and I hope that it does. So, thank you.
From the College of DuPage students, Bradley Sutter.
Good evening, President Bruder, Board of Trustees, faculty, staff, community members, students. Sorry about my outfit. I came from a speech that was given to about 20 students from the Gay Straight Alliance at Cary Community High School right before this. So I wanted to thank you for bringing it up under Section 10, New Business, B, for the policy changes. And I really wanted to just, again, reemphasize how important it is that gender identity and expression is added into the clauses here at College of DuPage. For some of you who don't know, I served in the Marine Corps from 2007 to 2011, which that time Don't Ask, What Don't Tell was in place. About 6 months before I left the Marine Corps, I came out to a couple people as gay. But from there, I got beat, I got harassed, and I couldn't have anyone to go to. Why is this important, or why does it mean anything to gender identity? Because being included in policies is very important to everybody. About 4 months out of the Marine Corps, I had a noose tied, ready to go. And I'm sharing this with you today because it's very important. The only thing that stopped me was there was a note, a little ad from Google saying, never let go of the people you love because they will keep you alive. So I stayed alive for this fact because I knew that someone else needed a family. And I consider College of DuPage one of my families because it's such a great and supportive community. So I ask you to please say yes to 4 words: gender identity and expression, and gender expression. Thank you very much.
Sam Ortega Guerrero.
Thank you for having me up here, as always. It's my pleasure to be here, and I'm apologizing in advance because I might go a little over the 3 minutes. There's been a lot of happening with student leadership. So first, I wanted to talk about our trip to Springfield. We had the opportunity to go down there on spring break. We left Monday evening so that we could prepare for Tuesday morning, and then we left on Wednesday evening. So it was a really incredible opportunity to have. On our bus ride to Springfield, we had about 6 appointments ready to go. We made calls while we were on the bus, so by the time we were off of the bus, we had about 12 appointments to meet with state representatives and senators, which was a really good turnout, and we were able to make it to most of those meetings. Most of the representatives and senators were very receptive of our ideas. Obviously, there was a little opposition, but overall, it was a really great opportunity. The one thing that I did want to highlight was to continue to reiterate the types of students that College of DuPage produces every year. We were able to convince Representative Duncan, and he's the chair of the Appropriations Committee of Higher Education. And we actually had the opportunity, we ran into him in the elevator, and we started pitching our idea to him, literally an elevator speech. We wanted a $65 million cutout of the MAP grants to go specifically for community college students. And at first he said absolutely not, it would be completely unfair. But we put a little fact sheet together, we had all our numbers on our paper, and sure enough, after he started reading it a little bit, he was like, whoa, I had no idea that it was gonna be this big of a discrepancy. So he pulled us into a little, well, not little, but a conference room, and we began to discuss. He said, you have 5 to 10 minutes to tell me what you want to tell me, but then I got to go to my Black Caucus meeting. 10 minutes passed, and he canceled his Black Caucus meeting in order to continue meeting with us because he just thought that we were carrying ourselves to the highest extent. And sure enough, after having a really fruitful conversation with him, it was almost all of the Student Leadership Council members that were there, but we had a really great conversation, and afterwards, he actually asked us if we would be presenting at his Higher Education Committee. At first, the first thing was like, I said no, and then right away I said, but we would love to if you would give us the opportunity. So it was great because he actually did. He said, just come to me the next morning at 8, and I will allow you all to testify. So sure enough, Stephanie Torres and I had the opportunity to testify before the Appropriations Committee of something that we definitely did not anticipate while we were going down there. And just so you all know, we, I think, did an exceptional job. Thanks to also Chuck Steele and Stephanie Quirk for really being there for us whenever we needed them. But it was really a culmination of everything that we've done all year, coming together and seeing it all work. I mean, we had other appointments during that time, so we split the group up and everyone went where they had to go, and it was just perfect. So College of DuPage, again, provides us with those opportunities, and it's our duty to capitalize on them, and I think we have for the most part. Another couple of things, actually, I had the opportunity this Tuesday to attend the essay reception, and that is one of the publications that we have here in school. I actually was published, and that's not the most important part, but I wanted you all to know that you should definitely pay attention to these pieces of work that our students produce, again, very high caliber, and I think we have much more talent than often we recognize within our student body, and those are the people that we truly serve. Yesterday, we had the Stephanie, I, and Miguel and Omar as well had the opportunity to meet with Congresswoman Duckworth as well. She was here on a visit, and it was absolutely incredible experience again. We were very happy to have her here on our home turf this time. And it was really great to be able to show off what the college had. And again, another great opportunity. Finally, it's a bittersweet moment when the officer changes begin. We have our board set. Our president next year, as you all know, is Stephanie Torres. Our vice president will be Michelle Gallardo. Our coordinator of operations will be Miguel Moreno, which was our current vice president. Our service coordinator will be Ilham, and you're going to have to help me on the last name, Husseini. And then our coordinator of outreach will continue to be Ira Aquino. So again, we're going to have another great year, I know. It'll be sad for me because it's time for me to go out to another institution. But thank you so much for everything. I'll have at least one more board meeting to speak to you all. And thank you for having me again.
I see no other names on our list for comments. However, if there's anybody present today that wishes to address the board, this would be the time. Okay, seeing none, we'll move forward on our agenda. The next item on our agenda is our consent agenda. Are there any consent agenda items which any trustee would like to remove from the consent agenda to discuss and vote on separately? Okay, seeing none, I will entertain a motion to approve all consent agenda items as listed.
So moved.
So moved by Secretary O'Donnell,
Second.
seconded by Trustee Savage. Secretary O'Donnell, can you please read the consent agenda items?
The following items are for board information only: gifts and grants report, governmental consortium cooperative purchases report, financial statements, schedule of investments, operating funds, budget and expenditures, and tax levy collections. The following items are for board approval: minutes for the following meetings: March 6, 2014 special board meeting, board workshop; March 6, 2014 closed session, confidential for board only; March 20th, 2014 regular board meeting; March 20th, 2014 closed session, confidential for board only. Financial reports, treasurer's report, payroll and accounts payable report, budget transfer report. Bid items: task order roadway maintenance to the lowest responsible bidder, Patriot Pavement Maintenance, Inc., for an estimated total expenditure of $370,000 and an estimated total three-year expenditure of $1,110,000. 2014 site work infrastructure and parking improvement project, bid package 1 to the lowest responsible bidders as follows: earthwork and site developments to Landworks Limited for the value of $96,136. Site irrigation to Aqua Designs for the total value of $48,601, for a subtotal expenditure of $144,737. That the Board of Trustees increase the contract amount with Power Construction Company, LLC, for a total fee amount of $11,193.05, for a total expenditure of $155,930.05. Request for proposals: revenue services, voluntary load response for electrical utility to the most favorable bidder, NOC, Inc., for a three-year contract beginning on June 1st, 2014 and ending May 31st, 2017, for revenue totaling $341,426, that the Board of Trustees approve the participation in the PJM Interconnection Energy Load Response Program, and therefore eligible to receive compensation of approximately $6,468 per hour when the program is utilized. Purchase orders: Internet Recruitment Advertising Agency, one-year contract expiring April 30th, 2015, with Shaker Recruitment Advertising and Communications, Inc., for an estimated one-year expenditure of $75,000. Renewal of Paramedic Hospital Training Program with the following: CDH totaling $114,400, Edward Hospital totaling $73,216, Good Samaritan Hospital totaling $138,240. Internet recruiting and advertising with Career Builder for a one-year contract term expiring April 30th, 2015, for an estimated one-year expenditure of $30,000. Background checks for new employee hires with Aruico Reports, Inc. for the following: remainder of the current service period, the value, for the value of $49,000. That the Board of Trustees approves a contract with Aurico Reports, Inc. for May 1st, 2014 through April 30th, 2015 for an estimated total expenditure of $52,500, for a total expenditure of $101,500. Ratify the personnel actions, ratification of faculty appointments, ratification of managerial appointments, ratification of classified appointments, ratification of managerial promotions transfers, ratification of classified promotions transfers, ratification of managerial resignations terminations, ratification of classified resignations terminations, ratification of faculty retirements, ratification of classified retirements. The following construction-related items are for board approval: ratification of construction change orders, referendum-related projects. 2014 site work, Power Construction for a total of $12,272. CMC, Pepper Construction for a credit of $6,417. PE Renovation, Power Construction for a total of $10,471. SRC Renovation, Lobel, Slosselman, and Hackle for a total of $14,011. Capital budget projects, none. Approval of construction change orders, referendum-related projects, none. Capital budget projects, none.
Are there any questions or comments from any board members on any consent agenda item? Okay, hearing no questions, will the secretary please call the roll?
Student trustee Escamilla.
Yes.
Trustee Wozniak.
Yes.
Chairman Burt.
Yes.
Trustee Hamilton.
Yes.
Trustee McGuire.
Yes.
Trustee O'Donnell, yes. Trustee Savage.
Yes.
Trustee Savoda.
Yes.
The consent agenda motion passes. Under our item for new business, the following is new business for our information. Board Policy 10-106, Historical Preservation. The resolution in support of community colleges awarding applied technology and/or applied science baccalaureate degrees, one semester non-teaching assignment leaves for 2014-2015 academic year. The following will be for, yes.
Can I just make a comment too, that just to be sure that the board is aware that the board policy 10-106 is the one that Dr. Bruder and I were working on. And so it's a brand-new policy, and it is there to try to recognize the people and the historical aspects of the college. And, you know, Dr. Bruder and I think worked well together in trying to get a summary. And also, we looked at some of the procedures as well, so it was a very positive kind of experience. Also, I'm very excited about the one semester non-teaching assignments. I saw the types of content there, and I think it's really going to serve the college well, so.
Great. We'll move on to the following new business for approval. I will entertain a motion that the Board of Trustees approve Board Policy 10-40.
Second.
Is that moved by Vice Chair Hamilton and seconded by Trustee Savage? Secretary O'Donnell, could you please call the roll?
Student trustee Escamilla.
Yes.
Trustee Hamilton.
Yes.
Trustee McGuire.
Yes.
Trustee O'Donnell, yes. Trustee Savage.
Yes.
Trustee Svoboda.
Yes.
Trustee Wozniak.
Yes.
Chairman Burt.
Thank you. Yes. That motion passes. I will entertain a motion that the Board of Trustees approve Board Policies 15-5, 15-10, and 20-5.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Secretary O'Donnell and seconded by Trustee Savage. Secretary O'Donnell, could you please call the roll?
Student trustee
I have
Escamilla.
discussion.
Oh, yes, please.
I would just like to thank Brad Setter for bringing this suggestion to the board. We are the community's college, and it is important to make sure that everyone feels they are part of the community. A small change in language can make a big impact in people's lives, and that's why we're here.
Student trustee Escamilla.
Yes.
Trustee Hamilton. Yes. Trustee McGuire?
Yes.
Trustee O'Donnell, yes. Trustee Savage?
Yes.
Trustee Svoda?
Yes.
Trustee Wozniak?
Yes.
Chairman Burt?
Yes, the motion passes. I will entertain a motion that the Board of Trustees approve the notice of public hearing for fiscal year 15 budget.
So, yes, so moved.
Moved by trustee Svoboda, thank you.
Second.
Seconded by trustee Savage. Secretary O'Donnell, can you please call the roll?
Student trustee Escamilla?
Yes.
Trustee McGuire?
Yes.
Trustee O'Donnell, yes. Trustee Savage?
Yes.
Trustee Svoboda? Yes. Trustee Wozniak?
Yes.
Trustee Hamilton?
Yes.
Chairman Burt?
Yes. Motion passes. I will entertain a motion that the Board of Trustees approve the compensation for classified and managerial staff, administrators, president, and president's senior management team.
So moved.
As moved by trustee Savage, excuse me. Seconded. Seconded by Vice Chair Hamilton. Secretary O'Donnell, can you please call the roll?
Student trustee Escamilla? Yes. Trustee O'Donnell, yes. Trustee Savage?
Yes.
Trustee Svoboda?
Yes.
Trustee Wozniak?
Yes.
Trustee Hamilton?
Yes.
Trustee McGuire?
Yes.
Chairman Burt?
Yes. The motion passes. Next, I will entertain a motion that the Board of Trustees approve the fiscal year 2015 compensation for non-union, part-time teaching faculty credit assignments.
So moved.
So moved by trustee Svoboda.
Seconded.
Seconded by Vice Chair Hamilton. Secretary O'Donnell, could you please call the roll?
Student trustee Escamilla?
Yes.
Trustee Savage?
Yes.
Trustee Svoboda?
Yes.
Trustee Wozniak?
Yes.
Trustee Hamilton?
Yes.
McGuire?
Yes.
Trustee O'Donnell, yes. Chairman Burt?
Yes. The motion passes. And I will entertain a motion that the Board of Trustees approve the additional compensation adjustments for classified, managerial, and administrative employees for fiscal year 2015.
So moved.
Moved by trustee Svoboda
Seconded.
and seconded by Vice Chair Hamilton. Secretary O'Donnell, could you please call the roll?
Student trustee Escamilla?
Yes.
Trustee Svoboda?
Yes.
Trustee Wozniak?
Yes.
Trustee Hamilton?
Yes.
Trustee McGuire?
Yes.
Trustee O'Donnell, yes. Trustee Savage?
Yes.
Chairman Burt?
Yes, the motion passes. Next, I will entertain a motion that the Board of Trustees approve the participation in the Illinois Metropolitan Investment Fund.
So moved.
By Secretary O'Donnell and seconded by, thank you, trustee McGuire. Secretary O'Donnell, when you're ready, please call the roll.
Student trustee Escamilla?
Oh, there's a comment. I'm sorry, I'm not seeing comments tonight.
It's okay. I asked several questions about this particular investment fund, the Illinois Metropolitan Investment Fund. It looks like a wonderful opportunity for us, and we can finally find a rate of return that is, while not good by historical standards, it's better than what we're getting. So congratulations for everyone to search this out.
I agree. Good job.
Student trustee Escamilla?
Yes.
Trustee Wozniak?
Yes.
Trustee Hamilton?
Yes.
Trustee McGuire?
Yes.
Trustee O'Donnell, yes. Trustee Savage?
Yes.
Trustee Svoboda?
Yes.
Chairman Burt?
Yes, the motion passes. Next on our agenda are the announcements. Are there any ACCT reports?
ICCTA met, the regional meeting met on March 31st at Morton College. It was an interesting program where they talked about the Hawthorne Museum, which is focused on Western Electric, so we got to see that. And also, there was a Springfield update, and two, they talked about they were starting into their first building in decades. And it was a classroom building that was going to be focused on learning studios. So they're not doing quite as much as we've been able to accomplish on our campus, but they're at campus, they only have 8,000 students. So it's a much different environment. So I think, all of those who attended, which included myself, Joe Wozniak, Diane McGuire, Kim Savage, Marianne Millish, and Executive Vice President Joe Collins, we each had an opportunity to see a different kind of campus, different size, different location, being very urban, very Hispanic. The population there is 80% Hispanic. So it was quite a contrast. So it was good to be in that environment, to network with the people there, and to have the program. So, and one thing that I hadn't remembered is that they're the second oldest community college. They were established in 1924. Officially as part of the modern system in 1975, but officially established in 1924. ICCT Lobby Day is going to be the 29th and May 1st. I'm not sure how all's going. If my surgeon approves my travel, I'm going to be down there at least for the first day, probably not for running around with the people lobbying. But then the annual convention is June 6th and 7th in Springfield. And I don't know if any of the other attendees wanted to say anything about regional meeting or anything else?
I think you covered it well.
Diane, is there a foundation report?
The Foundation's Planned Giving Advisory Committee hosted more than 40 guests at a seminar on March 26th entitled Survival Guide for Estate Planning and Retirement. 3 local industry experts helped our guests learn the basics in building solid retirement, financial, and estate plans. The Foundation Development Committee continues its good work and recently welcomed Ian Parr, founder and president of CCS International, Inc., to the Foundation Board of Directors. In addition, the committee will be hosting a recruitment dinner in May at the Waterleaf to continue to engage potential board prospects. The Foundation has received the preliminary appraisal report from the Kearney Art Collection. The report indicates that the College of DuPage component of the collection will be valued at over $1 million. The Foundation is working with the executor of the estate to finalize the college's acquisition over the next month. Finally, as a follow-up to Mac Madness featuring COD alumnus and friend Jim Belushi and the Board of Comedy, Mr. Belushi is in the process of signing the VIP reception photos. The photos are expected in May.
Thank you. Are there any other announcements or comments by?
Yes, I'd just like to let everyone know on the board that in front of them is a copy of a presentation that was given to me by Dr. Furlong, who is the first individual in the country to establish a 4-year program for a community college. And I met with him several weeks ago in Florida at St. Petersburg College, and we discussed 4-year programs and why 4-year programs are successful and why 4-year programs can fail. I found it to be very fascinating and pertinent to what we're considering right now for the college. I, at first, was very skeptical about it, frankly, but after our discussion, I decided that if done properly, a 4-year program can be very beneficial to the community. So I hope that you take a moment to look at the handout that I put in front of you, and hopefully over time we're going to have an opportunity to discuss these particular aspects of it. So,
thank you.
You're welcome. Any questions if you want to talk about it now even, but probably
I'm
not.
looking forward
Just
to-
why don't you look at it and then we can talk about it.
That'll be good as
right?
we attempt research on knowing more about the 4-year ideas, at community colleges. And some people told me today about some trends that I want to look into as well. So this will be very helpful. Thank you,
Right.
Kathy.
Well, I think it's important for all of us to identify why it can be a bad idea and how it can be a good idea. It can be a bad idea if the college loses its character and enters into areas that they shouldn't be going into. But I don't think that's where we're headed. I know for a fact, based upon my conversations with Dr. Bruder, he totally understands that particular pitfall. But there are other pitfalls. So, like I said, after you have a chance to look at the handouts, I think that we should probably talk about that. So, thank you. Thank you very much.
I could echo just a little bit. In the Naperville Sun recently, on Friday, April 11th, Bob Fisher is a columnist there, and he had mentioned Hank Beckman's article that had appeared, and had a few comments about the baccalaureate program, wants to know more, a little skeptical, but he says he hopes that the study fosters, the topic fosters, considers the people footing part of the bill, and so he's looking at the expense of it all, and so it's going to generate conversation in the community. It's getting buzz already.
I think that it will generate a lot of discussion. In particular, if we go ahead with this, we will be funding our education with, or their education, people that take it with property taxes, because that's going to be the differential between what we provide and what other colleges provide. So there's going to be an advantage for us and a disadvantage for the others. So there's going to be I'm sure there's going to be a lot of friction for that. In Florida, these kinds of programs are actually funded by a tax on utilities. So it's how these programs are funded vary, because they are public, they are offered, by public institutions and will be funded by the public. And so, we're going to have to be wary of how we recommend and what we approve in terms of the funding and the impact on the colleges in the area. So.
Great. I appreciate you handing out the handouts for everybody to review. We're at the very beginning of the road, so we will learn as much information as we can as we go.
Okay.
Are there any other comments?
Oh, I have one. It's on adjunct faculty. And I looked at the piece that we have here, and we approved those 4% plus increases into the pool of money paid to our adjuncts. And there's been a lot of articles coming through on ICCTA with regard to adjuncts and their role in community colleges. And I was going to ask a question prior to the board meeting, but I didn't have time to do my homework. But I believe at the U of I recently, and they're bargaining a contract. It's been a difficult process, I believe. I think there's a new approach to handling adjunct faculty within the contracts. I just didn't know if we've put some thought into the discussion and the role of adjuncts. I mean, they probably are covering 2/3 of our classes, perhaps. And I just wondered if, I know that there's a lot of conversation in the communities, the higher ed community, about the role of adjunct faculty. Didn't know if we had looked into the U of I proposal. This is just what I thought I remembered, that they're being incorporated into some sort of a contract where they're on a percentage, some sort of a percentage of the faculty salary, full-time faculty salary, which is basically what we do at K-12. But it hasn't been the practice at higher ed. So just kind of wondered if we're aware of the conversation. Are we taking a position or even, kind of aware of it? Any information anybody could give me would be helpful.
I actually have some information on that. I'll send it to you.
Okay.
My mom is an adjunct professor. So.
But I know that the U of I has taken a slightly different approach to their adjunct, and I need to learn more myself, but I just didn't know if anybody else was aware of it.
Okay.
Thanks.
Great. Yes, is it an announcement?
It's a comment about
Please, go ahead.
Waterleaf. I just wanted to tell people that I had a recent visit to the Waterleaf, and they are just, and we've been reading about it, but they are doing amazing work, and I think the staff's done a really good job of paring the staff down to what they need for when they need it. And I think maybe Bob would like to tell us that what we're looking at for Easter Sunday. We have a big crowd planned.
We do.
I'm told the restaurant is sold out tomorrow night, sold out Saturday night, and 300 people on Sunday. So they'll do something like 500 covers this weekend.
That's fantastic. Amazing numbers. Okay. Our next, our next regular meeting for the Board of Trustees will be Thursday, May 22nd, 2014 at 7 p.m. If there's no other board business tonight, I will entertain a motion that the board meeting adjourn.
So moved.
Moved by Secretary O'Donnell. I didn't hear.
Oh,
Second? Vice Chairman Hamilton seconded that.
I thought you
Yes.
had mentioned there was a closed session. There's no closed session?
We're not having one this
Though,
evening.
one thing, I just have to say, this could be after you're closed.
Why don't we close and then we can comment.
okay.
Secretary O'Donnell, if you call for a voice vote.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Passes. We are adjourned at 8:16.
Okay.
Good job.
So